Now before this video begins, I just want to let you guys know that I do have a giveaway. Now go down to the link in the description because there's only like one or 2 days left. So you need to get in there now, get in there fast. And yeah, so peace out, and I'm going to pass it to this dude here. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Sassy, or it's Sassy, mate, and this is going to be another Star Series video, especially for those people that have been saying that Star Series is a tier 2 to tier 3 event. As this is to all of the idiots out there, let me ask you one question. Just one question, okay? How, in any sense, does having Astralis and Liquid not in an event make it tier 2? Like, how does it make it not a tier 1 event, especially when you have 8 of the other top 10 teams at this event? Now, obviously, the lower half of this event may not be as strong, but like, we can agree that all of these teams have potential to prove. You know, we've got Fnatic, we've got Vitality, you know, we've got other teams in there, Tyloo, Vici. But besides that, 14 of these teams were at the recent IEM Katowice major. Now, only 9 of them went to the next stage or were in the next stage of the major. But that's still quite a lot of them, as 6 of those teams were in the playoffs. Now, the only reason it's not 8 is because 2 of those teams are not at this event, which is Astralis and Liquid. So if you're purely saying that Astralis and Liquid not being at this event makes it a tier 2 event, then you're saying that the playoffs at the IEM Katowice major was tier 2. That is what you're saying. If you take out Astralis and Liquid, you're saying that is a tier 2 event. And with any logic, that does not make sense at all. Obviously, there's the prestige of the major, but that alone does not make it a tier 1 event if you're using this logic. It just makes no sense at all. But anyway, I can just keep on going, but all of the people on HLTV that are saying this, honestly, you should just get your accounts removed and probably taken away internet access. I mean, I'm probably exaggerating here a little bit, but anyway, I want to get into my predictions of these next matchups. I'm just going to run straight through them. So, North Panda, I'm going to say Panda. Big Pain, I'm going to say Pain. Tyloo take down Spirit. Na'Vi take down Nip. Made in Brazil take down NRG. Ents take down Vici, and Renegades take down Face, and last but not least, Fnatic are going to take down Vitality. Now, I want to discuss a few before I end this. Panda and North. North have been looking completely horrible. I don't know what they're doing. We saw them at the major play-in as well, lose to a Chinese team of Vici. Obviously, Panda isn't at the same caliber of Vici, but they definitely have the skill behind them. Some of these players like TB, HZ, Bottle, Aya, I can't quite remember the other player, but we do see a lot of skill behind this roster, and I reckon with North how they are, they could potentially lose this game. And I mean, North, if they do show up with how they're meant to, then they obviously should be able to win this game pretty dominantly, and they should be favourites in this matchup. But I'm saying that there's going to be an upset in this game, so I'm going to say Panda take that one. Obviously, North, they're favourites within my mind, but I'm going to say Panda take the upset. Now, Big in Pain. Now, obviously, Big, they've been playing completely horrible. Obviously, this iteration of Xanteras, they've not looked good. They flunked out at the major. They've gone 0-2 so far at this event, and that's with best of 3s as well. Now, obviously, they did play Na'Vi. They did play Vitality as well in there. So, there's still good teams in there that they've lost to. So, they've got that to play off. But, you know, as Forum's been saying, that's a good example of saying that you can't see anything out of this team so far. You know, normally you should be able to see the work, the foundations that they've been setting so far, especially with a structured IGL like GOB. Like, you do expect to be able to at least be able to see what they're working with and see the potential for this roster, but you haven't really been able to see anything at the moment, and it's pretty disappointing. And it's definitely a different version of Big that we're seeing, and now potentially, you know, there's more than meets the eye, and potentially, you know, they're going through more, they're building up a lot slower, but by the time they do get there, they might be a better iteration of Big Clan. Maybe the old Big, with how they were playing, how they were structured, they didn't have the potential to hit the potential of this lineup, but so far we haven't even been able to. There's no measurement here. We've got no idea what potential this roster can hit, and so far we haven't seen any potential. Now, That's why I'm picking Pain. They looked good against Team Spirit. They looked good against FaZe Clan. I reckon they should have been able to beat Spirit. They kept it competitive with FaZe. But I'm saying the upset again. I'm going for the upsets in this round. Obviously, best of threes. Big and North, they both should be the favourites. And I wouldn't be surprised if they take it. But I'm going to say Pain and Panda for those ones. Now, Tyloo and Spirit. This is pretty obvious. Like, Spirit, they're complete garbage. They should have been 0-2 already. Pain should have been able to take them out. They lost in overtime on Inferno. They almost lost in overtime on Nuke. The only dominant map that they had was Mirage, and that was the one that they won. They look completely horrible, and the maps with the vetoes, you know, we're going to see Mirage and Inferno. Inferno and Mirage typically are Spirit's map picks, and I mean, with the playstyle, especially on Inferno, that's going to favour Tyloo, who will be able to completely crush this Spirit team on that map, especially with how passive they play, how much information they give up, and I'm just not impressed with this Spirit. I thought maybe these roster changes might be able to change a little bit, give them a 180 turn, but the only difference it's made is that all we see is that Chopper and ID Splowins, they're having two-man shows. They're carrying this team, they're doing all the work. And that's just not enough to be able to win games of Counter-Strike, and I think Tyloo will be able to take this one out pretty easily, just based on their skill, just based on their aggression, and I mean, unless Spirit can have some really good gambles, then I don't see them winning this game at all. Now, Na'Vi, Nip, this is going to be a really good matchup, I reckon, but I reckon Na'Vi going to be able to take it just purely on simple playing well. I reckon Nip, yeah, they do have a chance here. You know, they did have a close series against Fnatic, but you know, we're gonna have to see Nip really step up here. And obviously Na'Vi losing to Beach, they bounced back from that well, but I reckon this is actually gonna be a really good matchup. It'll go 2-1 either way, but I'm gonna say Na'Vi take out Nip. Now Made in Brazil and NRG, obviously Tarek, you know, gotta be playing against this old squad now. Made in Brazil, they need to win this one, and I reckon this is keeping their resurgence. You did see a few signs of them doing well against Renegades. You know, there was a couple rounds there, especially on Train. If they won them, they might have been able to string some more rounds together. Same on Mirage as well. They were pretty dominant on Cache, but overall they didn't look good. But we do still see the potential there. Cold Zero has been playing horrible, which is normally one of the win conditions of what is built off this lineup. So Cold Zero can start showing up. Fallen shows up. First been looking good. First been looking the best player on this team at the moment. And I don't know. I just reckon, I think Made in Brazil will be able to win. They're eventually going to be able to show back up. That's what I was saying with FaZe. They're bound to come back. They've been looking good so far this event, but Made in Brazil take that one. Ents and Vici. Vici have a chance, but I'm going to say Ents. They did lose to Vitality. They've lost their run. But I reckon Vici, they'll be able to put up a good fight against Ents and potentially will be able to catch them off guard. But I reckon Ents should be able to win this matchup. Now, FaZe and Renegades. I'm just going to say Renegades. I mean, FaZe, obviously they do have a good chance, and this will be a good matchup. Nevertheless, like it'll be a close matchup, but I reckon Renegades should be able to take that one out. And Fnatic and Vitality, again, both of these matchups are really 50-50. I reckon Fnatic will be able to take that, but I really just wanted to discuss the Panda and North and Pain and Big, because people will probably be a bit confused about those ones. The rest of the matchups are pretty self-explanatory, really 50-50, but those are my predictions for the event. And if you want more like this, I'm probably, if you want me to make it round by round, I'll do it, but I'll be making my next one for the playoff. But be sure to check out all my other content. Also, go and check out my top 10 CSGO plays of the month. I really need entries for that, so I can start making those. Basically, you enter your plays, and they get selected for the top 10 CSGO plays of the month. If it's good enough, you'll be higher. If it's not good enough, you won't be in the top 10. But just keep those entries coming in, because I really appreciate it. And it involves the whole community. It's something interesting and something for you guys to look forward to, and something for me to look forward to making. But thanks for coming, guys. Check out all my other content, check out my socials, and peace out.